Some decisions are being made, and presuming the thing I have just picked up is this, I'm going to spend 11 real replacing my wonky little IKEA tree. Buying new Christmas decorations was not what I intended when I walked upstairs, but you know, here we are. I'm just doing a little grocery shopping after work, and can I just say, when you say we're going to the offal section, like, they ain't messing around. They got stomach, they got legs, they've got hooves, they've got hearts and brains. Would you like an entire buffalo tongue? We've got it. It's all here. So this is my tree now, it's up. My twinkle lights weren't working, but I've just gone and bought some from Carrefour. I might turn the light on so you can see properly, but they're these things, which I quite like. They're very yellow, but I don't mind because it gives everything kind of a green tinge, which is part of my colour scheme. But when I turn them off, they're clear plastic, so it goes with all the silver. Hello teacups, welcome to my kitchen. I'm not doing a how-to or anything today, but I'm just getting stuff ready. It is the 24th of December right now. Oh, that didn't help my hair at all. Never mind. So today's the 24th. Now, usually on Christmas Day, I will go to the mall, I'll have lunch somewhere, I'll shop a little bit, and I'll just have a day out. However, I had an appointment at the mall yesterday, so I shopped a little bit then, and I just didn't feel like going out tomorrow. So instead, I've decided to prep my food tomorrow. I found a recipe for braised oxtail on, I think it was Spruce Eats. And the great thing about braising stuff is that it usually tastes better the next day. So I'm going to do that, I'm going to get it ready. And then tomorrow I can wake up, I can do the round of phone calls because I have to time it out because my dad's in Thailand, my mom and my brother are in the UK in different places and my sister's in America. So there's a certain order they have to go in. So for now, I'm going to pull up the recipe, I'm going to braise off the oxtail, put it all into simmer in the oven. Takes 2.5 to 3 hours to cook. I don't have as much oxtail as in the recipe, so it should be okay, but I figured why not put it together tonight. And I might end up making a trifle maybe. Trifle seems like the right time of year, but I haven't decided yet. If not, I might put together a batch of brownies, but I can always do that tomorrow, which means tomorrow all I have to do is like make the mashed potato. So I'm having a quiet one this year and I will get started on that. Come along with me if you like. I'm just wondering if I can find a better spot for you to see what I'm doing. Maybe, maybe not. This doesn't seem too bad, I guess. We could try it. All right, I'm going to get everything heated up. I'm fairly sure I am meant to measure all this, but meh. So let me just give you a look at what's happening with the recipe, more or less according to things. So let's just turn you... Oh, can I not turn you around? 1 second. Apparently not. So I've got some oxtail. I've got quite a few packs here because you don't get a lot with oxtail once it's boiled down. So that's fine. I've got 2 onions, I've got garlic, which I personally measure with my heart. It's meant to be a couple of cloves. Got bay leaves, got tomato. I say tomato paste, but it's tomato puree, like concentrate. I meant to have red wine in this recipe, but I don't have any red wine because I don't have an alcohol license. So I'm probably just going to put more stock in. That's what the stock cubes are for. Got some thyme, got some rosemary, and then I've got a separating measuring jug for when I have finished up and I want to just separate the fat off. So that will be the base, and then obviously salt and pepper over there. That will be the base of everything. Okay, I've browned everything off. We've got a whole stack of meat there. I'm just going to put these onions in here now that I've lowered the heat down a little bit, but it's literally just been lowered, so I'll give it a second. I'm going to soften these up, add stock, and then at the end I'll add this and some spices, and then I can leave it to simmer. So I'm meant to add the red wine to deglaze. Now, as I mix the onions around, it did deglaze itself, so I don't mind too much about that. So I'm going to add the stock. Then I'm meant to re-add the meat and all the spices, but if I put all the spices and the tomato paste in the stock first, I can mix it, and then I can add the oxtails, because I think I'm going to be pretty full. So I'm going to do it that way. I don't think overall it's going to make that much of a difference. Bay leaves and peppercorns. It said a quarter cup, got no idea how much that is. That's how much it's getting. I just grabbed a tablespoon and kind of went to town. That's fine. It also said to season it, so off camera, once I've got two hands, I'll put some salt and ground pepper in. Thyme is not in the recipe, but I've got it, so there we go. In it goes. Rosemary is in the recipe, but it says put a sprig in, and I do not have fresh, so it's just going in like this. So I'm going to pop the meat back in, I'm going to top up the stock, and then it says to put it onto a high boil, and once it bubbles to put it into the oven. And meat is in. I'm going to bring it to a boil. You can see it just starting there. I'll pop the lid on. It's going to go in the oven for about 2.5 to 3 hours. Now, there's going to be quite a lot of oil on this. The cut of meat is very fatty, and we did add oil at the beginning, but if I leave it, it'll rise to the top, and I've got one of these, so when I make the sauce out of the braising liquid, I will just cut the oil off. And there we have it. The cook itself is time consuming, but actually getting it all together wasn't really too bad. So that's going to go in, and I will take a shot tomorrow for the final product when you see me eat it. Not on camera. This is not going to be a mukbang. I have just pulled this out the oven, and we're going to see how it looks. Try not to burn myself. Ooh, there we go. I'm going to give this a stir and see how that goes. All right, there's no way I can film myself doing this because I need both hands. But essentially, I don't have as much braising liquid as I thought, but that's okay. I can always add a little bit of water because it's going to get thickened up later. I've taken out some of the meat. I'm going to put it back in, but I need to take out some of the liquid, and I just didn't have space, and then strain it, pour it out into something that I can make the sauce with. And then we will go back to a saucepan and thicken it up. But right now I need a little bit more room. So that's going to be the next stage. As anticipated, there is a ton of grease in here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to degrease it into there. But then I'm actually going to cool this. I'm not going to make the sauce tonight. So tomorrow, after it's cooled, I'll put it in the fridge. And any fat left in it will harden on the top. So I can just remove the disc of fat from the top when I'm done. And it should be okay. This is going to be allowed to cool. I'm going to put the top on. I'm also going to put it in the fridge, and then I'll reheat everything tomorrow. That will be absolutely fine. Whoops, I poured slightly too far, so that will be part of what hardens tomorrow. But I've managed to remove all of this, so that's a good start.